Greetings! So in today's video, I want to take a look at this little palette that I've named Mini Red for very obvious reasons. It's very small and it's red. So when you open it, it looks like this. You have a tray for 24 colors. You have a little mixing area. So I don't know about removing the mixing area. I think it's quite securely clipped in place, but the bottom tray is very easy to remove. So if you feel like you need to wash this palette, you can safely remove your paints, wash all of this, and when it's dry, you can put your paints back in. Very simple. In mine, I transferred paints that I had in a separate small palette with 24 wells as well. So I thought it would be a good transfer to put the colors that I had in the other palette in this one. As a result of that, this is the colors that are in there. It's mostly tints from Holbein. So their colors mixed in with white, which is very obvious for some of these. And then I have a few extra colors. I have the gold, the silver, I have two grays, and then I have their colors that have a bit of neon in them, and also rose madder, which is one of my favorite colors from them. Like I said, I set up this color selection quite some time ago. I don't remember why or how or to what intent. I didn't want to waste the paints, so I transferred them into this palette to try this little palette out. This is the colors that are included in this set. They are not labeled because I don't have that info, but I have swatches of the whole range, and if I had a need to really pinpoint what color is what, I could compare swatches and find it that way. The Holbein range has 108 colors. It's not all that much, so it would be fairly easy to compare swatches and find out what color is what. I mostly painted these swatches so I could have them as reference for painting my little sketch that is just under here. As you can see, most of these are tints. Like I've said a bajillion times, tints are regular colors that you mixed with white. So most of these are tints. I don't think this one is particularly a tint. So this one is probably opera, this one is bright rose, this one is bright violet. This orange is brilliant orange. This is rose madder, as I've mentioned. I'm referencing the chart that's on my wall, so that's why I can find the name of these colors. Some are very obvious, like lavender and lilac are these two. And this is leaf green, also very obvious. That's the colors. And then I tried to find something to paint with these colors, which is a bit of a challenge, to be honest, because it's somewhat of an odd color selection. But I painted this. And I think it worked out fine. There's not really any kind of very dark color in there, so it was a bit tricky to get the darker colors for the tires. What I did is I mixed one of the blues with the brilliant orange, and that gave me a kind of neutral color. And then I was able to use that for the tires. With the combination of mixing either the orange with the blue or the rose madder with a green, I was able to get some darker colors, some more muted colors, and to put something that works, I think. Let me know if you agree or not, if you think this little sketch works or not. Yeah, so that's for the color selection. Now for the palette itself, because that's kind of the point of this video. I quite enjoyed painting with this little palette. I think it's a really nice palette for smaller artworks, just like the one that I painted. Like the artwork is about, what, twice the size of my palette. I painted my sketch with these two brushes, and none of them are too big to be used in this set. The wells are not very deep, so you can use a larger brush and still pick up some paint. The mixing area is very small, but I was able to make the best of it, I think. When the mixing area is so small, you kind of have to be more strategic about what mix you put where or what kind of colors you want to use in your painting. But overall, I think this turned out quite nice. You can see that the plastic of the palette is quite smooth. There wasn't any kind of water repelling action or beading happening in the mixing area. When you're done, you let it dry or you wipe it clean and you just close it. It's super lightweight. It's some really nice smooth plastic. I hope you can kind of see with the way it catches the light, but it's really nice. And I like that the tray is removable. If you want to secure the tray in place, you could put a bit of a double-sided tape under it or blue tack. I think this is a really nice little palette. It would fit in your pencil case, and of course you could put in there 24 colors that make more sense to you than the ones that I ended up putting in there. But yeah, I think this is a really nice little palette. It seems well made. It reminds me of those bijou palettes, the metal ones, the enameled ones, but this one is lightweight. The bijou palettes can get super heavy, and this one stayed very light. because it is plastic. You put more paints in it in terms of number of colors, but in much smaller amounts than the 12 half pan that the Bijou palette can accommodate. And yeah, usually plastic is lighter than metal, so to sum it up, my impressions would be that this is a really fun little palette. I love that it has so many wells in it. I think it's a great one to carry with you for little sketches, smaller paintings in your planner or your sketchbook. I don't see this as a workhorse palette, but as a travel palette, I think it's really, really nice. Let me know what you think of this little palette. I would love to know if you've tried it or a similar one. Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. See ya all in the next one. Bye bye!